the reason we decided to come up with this conversation is because I'm very passionate about my Jedis, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like certain Jedis, very specifically, one gets fucking shit on too much. And we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about it.
All right, we'll talk about it. We'll get into it.
We're gonna get into it.
That's what the holiday is all about. Hello, you beautiful nerds. May the 4th be with you. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Ding.
I'm joined, as always, by my co-host and brother Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing very brotherly today. How are y'all doing?
It's a very brotherly time of year, you know, where we
It's the most brotherly time of the year. There'll be sabers a throwing and blazers a blowing and lasers a cheer. There's the most brotherly time of the year.
Yeah, that's right. It's not Life Day, it's not Christmas, but it is a very special holiday. It's Star Wars Day, and to celebrate, we are talking about our favorite Jedi in the Star Wars.
I could have did better on the
lore.
song, you know what I'm saying? Like, lasers are flowing and
I think it was pretty good, especially for off the top of your head. Like, that's not
sabers are throwing,
thought of something.
Wookiees with cheer. I don't know.
Yeah, everybody. Hey, who doesn't like a good Wookiee noise?
You know? Talk down, do you?
If you guys are watching this, that means it is Star Wars Day. Happy Star Wars Day, guys. It's
I love it. Sorry, I love Star Wars Day.
You love Star Wars Day. Who doesn't love Star Wars Day? It's the best holiday based off of a pun.
I was gonna say 420 is the best holiday.
420 is a great holiday.
Christmas.
I think Halloween's still my favorite. But May the 4th is a close second. And Christmas.
I'm glad you said
third.
Halloween is your second, because you're bringing up the fact that you guys should watch probably the worst horror comedy movie ever. We're gonna cover it on our new show. It's called Does It Hold Up? And the question is basically, does it hold up? And that's the question. And we asked that question about several movies, and the one that we're going to cover in a couple of weeks or a week is going to be, I don't know. Just go check it out. It's probably already out. I don't know what the fuck.
Well,
just go check it out. Just go check it out.
Depending on when you're listening to this.
Just go check it out. Tammy and the T-Rex.
Tammy and the T-Rex. It's on
Great.
Peacock. You can watch the movie and then go watch our video. Like a nice segue before we get into the nitty gritty of all this Star Wars stuff. A little housekeeping. Our new show, Does It Hold Up, is in full effect. At the time of this recording, we have a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episode up and our Demolition Man episode up, featuring Noah Lance and the crew of the 9 Nerd Yards YouTube channel, respectively. So you can check those videos out if you want to. And if you want more, you don't have to wait long. The episodes of Does It Hold Up pop up every other Monday. So new episodes will be popping up every other Monday. Mark your calendar. On May 15th, we have a new episode with friend of the show, Chucky Fuego, talking about The Fast and the Furious, the very first one of the very ridiculous series.
That's right.
Exists now.
And all you got to do, if you want us to do it every Monday, all you got to do right now is like and subscribe. Just go on one of those playlists, hit play, leave your laptop there, and just hit repeat all, and just like let it go. Just let it go.
Just let it go. Yeah.
Just let it go. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit the bell, and you'll never miss one thing. I promise you. And sometimes I go live on accident.
Sometimes. Make like a Disney princess and let it go. And
That's right.
Go ahead and subscribe, like, and tune
Make
into the
like
Does It Hold Up?
button great again. Make the like button great again.
So let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty gritty of the Wars in Our Stars. I've already discussed my top 10 Like if you guys have obviously already seen
You did a
it.
pretty good job.
You guys have obviously already seen it.
You didn't do a bad job, is what I mean.
Thank you.
I mean, you did okay. I didn't like it.
This is gonna turn into an argument, you guys. Like this is gonna turn into a full on fest.
Yeah, this is kind of a BTS for real. This is like a little peek behind the curtain. This is conversations we start having. If I reach over and start grabbing somebody, it is him.
Yeah, like you guys have already seen my top 10 list. If you haven't, check it out right now. So you can get
after you punch yourself in the face.
So you can get all the one after you punch yourself in the face. But if you want to see 9 through 2, go check out that video. But we're gonna be talking about number 1 today. We're talking about our favorite Jedi of all time. Jedi, singular, not plural.
Yeah, like duck.
Again, I've already gone through my top 10. So, Bill, do you want to go through
You go with your number 1. Do a recap.
Okay. Oh shit! I should have wrote down my.
Well, just do your number 1.
Well, I will say my top 5. I think if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5.
It's okay if you're wrong, because then people can go and watch your video, tell you you're wrong, and put it in this comments.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Of course, I was like, I've had time to reflect. No. Okay. I actually do have it here. I have it written down. So my number 5 is Mace Windu. My number 4 is Ahsoka.
Okay.
My number 3 is Yoda. Mm-hmm. I think that actually changed that because in the video it's like Yoda 4, Ahsoka 3. But I think I was just feeling Ahsoka too hard because Clone Wars just came out, or the final season of Clone Wars just came out. Obi Wan is my number 2, and my number 1 is my guy Luke Joseph Skywalker.
No, the name's not Joseph.
I mean, who's to say?
His name's mostly people who are alive, but
it's up for debate.
Okay, you said a lot right there. Yeah. Okay, now look, Mace being at 5, not mad at it. Okay. Nigga did get taken out by like a push out the window. He got took out by an old man, so I'm not really. I don't know, but and
he was double teamed though.
Okay, look. Check this out.
Oh, yeah.
This is another reason that I take something. I'm gonna go with the reasons I take something off of everybody that you name.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like we know what the good things about those characters. We know their qualities, their good qualities. But there's some things that I feel like people miss when it comes to whether or not these Jedi are actually like the shit or not.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they always talk about power levels and abilities, fighting stances, and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, God damn, these nerdy niggas know everything about some Star Wars, man. Shit, I don't know nothing about Star Wars. After I watch one of these motherfuckers talk about it or listen to somebody talk about it, I'm like, I don't know nothing about Star Wars. I thought I knew about Star Wars. But
then some stuff, it gets, like, I remember playing Knights of the Old Republic 2, and, like, it gets to a point where you can choose your fighting style of your lightsaber fighting style. I was like, nah, nigga, that's too much. Like, I can't get into that.
Yeah, right. Like, nah, nigga, you out here playing. like no, but like, I feel like to that point though, to that nerdy point of fighting stances, there's only one who has multiple fighting stances, and we'll talk about that later. But
that's a little teaser.
You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna stay with Mace Windu. So Mace's flaw was he was arrogant, which is not supposed to be becoming of the Jedi. Okay, so you get a big X. We're not fucking with that over here, dog. Like, nah, bro, Mace Windu, You know what? You are Mace Windu.
Windex.
You know why you Mace Windu? Because you went out a window, nigga. That's how you died. You went out a window, my nigga.
Oh,
so
man.
guess
Mace
what?
Window. Hashtag Mace Window.
Hashtag Mace Window. You get a t-shirt. So yeah, man, check it out. Mace Windu.
I gotta get Noah to commission a drawing of Mace going out of the window.
Oh, a drunk Banthas
Mace window. Yeah, underneath.
Mace Windu drunk Banthas t-shirts coming soon. Facts. You might be able to get it on the 9 Nerd Yard merch store. Just that's real shit. Well, that might actually happen. Sorry. Sorry, Samuel Jackson. We gotta have a picture of his in the picture. I'm gonna get to my point, but in the picture, it should be him falling out of the window, but with his wallet falling out, and in his wallet, like his wallet's falling out. It says "bad motherfucker" on the wallet. It's just
That'd be great. I want bad motherfucker in the foreground and him in the background. Like you see him like way in the background, like but bad motherfucker's like right in the camera.
Oh man, that would be so amazing, man. I'm just telling you, that'd be a great fucking. Oh man. Anyway,
your point.
So yeah, he had what do they call it? Hubris. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't work out for him. Obviously, his hubris caught up with him. You know what I'm saying? He was so arrogant, and he felt like he was so much better than Anakin. He always holding him down, which ended up pushing Anakin further to the dark side. And if I notice, you didn't have him on your list.
Who, Mace?
Anakin.
Oh no, Anakin's on my list. He's just pretty low down because
I'm talking about in your top 5.
Oh, is he not in my top 5?
I know. Okay, so anyway, I'll continue.
Well, just to say.
Okay, go ahead. Which Anakin hating ass? just because he hates Christian Haydenson or whatever.
No. It has nothing to do with Christian. Hayden Christensen. Like I'm just like basing it on the story. He gets a lot of points off for being like genocidal toward Jedi. Like because I put it in my video. Like he's on the list. He's in my top 10.
A lot of points.
He's a great Jedi. He's legendary Jedi. But you lose a lot of points for killing a lot of Jedi.
I don't count that as his time as a Jedi. I just don't count that as his time as a Jedi. I count that as his time as a Sith. Which is
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? So which is why I put him in my top 3.
Okay. So he's number 3 for you?
He would be number 3 for me.
Okay.
Yoda would be number 2.
Ooh, okay. Yoda's number 2. Not Luke. Luke's not in your top 3.
Nah. Luke is number 4.
Okay.
You know why? Because the last 3 movies is still canon, and he went out like a bitch. He went out like a hoe, and I'm not saying that he is a hoe. That's just the doing of Disney.
Hey, but you're not the only person with this opinion.
I'm just saying he went out like a hoe. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe if we're talking about 2012, that Luke Skywalker, yeah, that nigga is the nigga. But after that, no. He can no longer be the number 1. Excuse me.
Blessings.
I gave you a good starting point. You could probably cut that out. I did this. And I'll do it again. And so, with that being said, he goes down to number 4 for me, Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
Like I said, number 3 is
Yoda.
Because Yoda's 2. 3 is Anakin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anakin is number 3 to me because he was the most powerful Jedi. And I know you didn't really watch a lot of the Clone Wars stuff, but like the level that Anakin got to was godlike. Like walking through the battlefield, lasers going by him, like not using no lightsaber or nothing, just walking, like, and then just picking dudes. Like he got to a crazy god level. Ahsoka, I will put behind him, so she would be 5. I mean, she would be 5 because Luke is above her. But I could, depending on what happens in these Ahsoka series, I could end up putting Ahsoka above Luke. He could end up in the 5 spot.
Okay.
Because Luke...
Yeah, I can see that because she does have a lot of... sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, just to say, like, because as high as I was on Ahsoka, like, when I went back and watched my video, I was like, damn, she's my number 4? Shit. But she does have a really great character. Like, you know, she does, you know, she's trained by all the best Jedi. She's trained by like Yoda and Anakin, and to a certain extent Obi Wan. And she kind of balks the. I love Jedi that don't like to see how fucked up it all is, because, you know, the prequels are all about the hubris of the Jedi, like you mentioned with Mace Windu. So I really
and Yoda.
And Yoda.
Which is why he gets a demo. That's the only reason he's not my number one.
And I think that's also one of the reasons he was, like, I put Ahsoka above him initially, because, like, the way he went out like a bitch in Return of the Revenge of the Sith upset me. It was like, you just decided to stop fighting.
Well, no, I mean, go ahead. I'll let you finish your point.
But just specifically, on Ahsoka, she's trained by some of the best Jedi, and then she kind of balks the hubris and the hypocrisy of the Jedi. And I really liked her storyline before, you know, I think it was like the end of the third season, where she's on the run and all this. I thought that was like one of the most dramatically interesting parts of all of Clone Wars that I saw. I would say like I saw like 56% of Clone Wars. I didn't watch a lot.
Right. Well, to your point, Ahsoka was one of your points. Man, you said a lot. A lot to unpack there. To your point about Ahsoka being trained by the greatest Jedi, like she was trained by Yoda, like you said, she was trained as a Padawan under some dope ass Padawan. If I'm not, I can't remember who she was trained as a Padawan, like before as a youngling,
right? Before
foundling, whatever they fucking call
it. Before she went to Anakin.
But then when she gets to Anakin, she's trained by Anakin and Obi Wan, because Obi-Wan's getting trained by, Anakin's getting trained by Obi-Wan, technically. Right. Yeah. Like, it's like, how you don't just give this nigga? But that was imagine how humiliating that must be if you're Anakin Skywalker. That you gotta walk, not only do you have to, like, train underneath Obi-Wan, but now they gonna just pin you with, like, a young, a Padawan.
Right.
But you can't be no Jedi Master.
Right, yeah.
Like that. Imagine how
it's like. Yeah, it's like, so if your manager comes and tells you, it's like, hey, I'm gonna give you more responsibilities, but you don't get a promotion.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I think if they'd have let him train her on his own, she would. They would be. I think she would ended up in the same. Both of their endings would have been the same, essentially, as far as where they ended up. Like, Anakin died a Jedi, essentially, because he turned on the dark side. But he could have done that without turning to the dark side had he not been ostracized by the Jedi, because that only let Palpatine cloud his mind more, seeped out, create fear. Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to anger. Anger leads to the dark side. So that knocks all of those people out of the top spot. Now, Ahsoka, you brought up a good point about her. She turns on the Jedi, but she turns on the dark side, but only because of the Jedi's hubris, because they were so arrogant that they believed that she was at fault for assassination attempt. Well, but she's also a quitter. So that's also why she doesn't fucking get a fucking badge. You sit your ass down. You do not get into the top 3. No way, no how.
Right.
No way, no how. And that's the biggest issue I had with your list, is like, this bitch right here quit. Huh?
She's not my top 3. Though.
She shouldn't have been in your top 5.
All right.
Because she just. Well, I don't know where I just put her. I think I put her in.
You put her in 4, right? Or no, you put her in 6. Yeah,
6. That's right. And if I'm wrong about that, we're probably both wrong. I don't know.
I think that you said that you can't put her in your top 5. I think that's all I remember in this drunken tequila.
Anyway. It doesn't matter where the 5 of them are. It doesn't matter where any of them are, because your number 1 was wrong as fuck. And the number 1 Jedi of all time is Obi Wan Kenobi. At me if you fucking feel different. At me. At me. Come get the smoke. You know where I be at if you know where I be at. I'm not hard to find. You know what I'm saying? Obi Wan.
You want to throw hands over Star Wars?
You want to throw? Hey, I didn't say that part. He said that part. You need to fight him if you want to throw hands over Star Wars. You find him. His name is Alex. Hey, like how the Al used to do it. How the Al used to do it. That's at Poor Frisco. At the real Poor Frisco.
Yeah.
At the real Poor Frisco.
Because I will not read it.
Before I go deep into all the reasons, I want you to explain why what the fuck is you thinking not putting Obi-Wan, old Ben Kenobi, as number one Jedi? I mean, go ahead. Explain yourself.
I love old Ben. Old Ben is one of my favorite Jedi of all time. And I also love Hugh McGregor and I can't think of his name. Dude who plays him in the originals, and he's also plays an Arab guy in Lawrence of Arabia. Oh yeah, he's also very, very dead.
He's also dead. He dead. I say you, he dead.
I say you, he dead.
Oh, is it too soon? Is it too soon? All you people who are unsubscribing right now, is it too soon? Go ahead, unsubscribe, you old stanky motherfucker.
But yeah, Luke Skywalker is definitely my favorite Jedi. I love the arc of his story. And he was barely in Rise of Skywalker, so they didn't even ruin his story in that. And The Last Jedi, a lot of people have problems with that film, but my favorite part of that movie, I have a lot of problems with that movie too, but my favorite part of that movie is Luke and Rey's storyline, how he kind of mirrors Yoda. But
I'm asking you about Obi-Wan, nigga. What's the reason you didn't put Obi-Wan the number one?
Oh, I thought that I was explaining that by saying why I put Luke as my number one.
No.
Because I like his story more. I mean, I just like his
story. I'm talking about who is the best. Who is the best Jedi? Like who got the best story? Who is the best Jedi in the terms of what it means to be a Jedi? I
guess in terms of what it means to be a Jedi, I guess it would be like one of those Jedi that's like so all about the rules that they make fucking terrible mistakes like Yoda or Mace Windu, right?
No.
Because Obi-Wan bucked against the system too.
No. He actually didn't. That's actually kind of the thing. He didn't. Okay.
No. I'll let you.
Let me explain why he's the best. So there is this. I'll start with the fact that there are episodes of Yoda, where Yoda has deep episodes in the Clone Wars, where he experiences moments with the Force, or events with the Force, in which it's basically. I'm paraphrasing a lot. You guys got to watch the shit. I don't make money to fucking promote that shit. So the gist of the story of the arc is Yoda finds out that it's not just the dark side or the Force, it's the somewhere in between, which is what your boy Luke was talking about in the 3 sequels. The 2 sequels. He's talking about that balance in the Force. You know what I'm saying? And kind of retconning the first 3 movies, saying, basically how his father did bring balance to the Force, because he created a balance. There was the Jedi were here, way up here, and there were no Sith allegedly.
Right.
There had to be balance. There has to be use of both sides.
Right.
And he even talked about how when I say meaning Luke, touched parts of that dark side and got fearful. Basically, drove him crazy. Which would be interesting if they were to include that as to why Yoda went crazy, retcon some shit and maybe kind of explain why Yoda went crazy. But I think Yoda went crazy because he was mad like you. He was mad at himself about the thing that you got mad at me. He just stopped fighting.
Yeah.
I think he was damn, I just stopped fighting. I should have just went ahead and kept fighting.
Yeah, that is a very interesting, like, beyond his solitude on a alien, like on a swamp planet. Yeah, it's like I'm sure he has a ton of regret for just like having the universe being taken over by Darth Vader.
Right. So let's get into the nitty gritty of why Obi Wan is the best. Because that's why we're all here.
That's why we're all here.
That's why we're all here. Trust me, I made him do this video. This is why we're all here. This is why we're all here.
By all of us, he means me, him, and Penny, the dog.
Y'all are watching. Don't let him poo-poo on y'all's parade, baby. Y'all know what the fuck the deal is. That's why y'all here. It's drunk Banthas, baby. Give us a kiss.
Vibes?
Mwah, mwah,
Y'all know the goddamn vibes.
Mwah, mwah. Anyway, I can find a way to say subscribe and like, you know. But anyway, so Obi-Wan is trained by the great Qui-Gon Jinn, who we know was trained by whom, Alex?
Was it Yoda?
No, goddamn, nigga. Well,
I don't
it's
remember.
Count Dooku.
Oh, yeah, Count Dooku, that's right. Yeah.
Goddamn, come on, man. Count Dooku. It's Star Wars Day. Goddamn, come on, man. Count Dooku.
Okay.
Who ended up turning on to the dark side. And it's alleged that Qui-Gon was thinking about doing the same thing. He was going to get some transfer papers to the dark side as well. Speculative is you know, could have been a lie. It was said by the dark side, so who knows? It could have been lies. But when Qui-Gon Jinn is killed by Yoda, when Qui-Gon Jinn is killed by Darth Maul in the Phantom Menace, who was Darth Maul, by the way, if you're wondering who the Phantom Menace is.
He was the Phantom Menace.
I have heard that
Spoiler
question,
alert.
like, who is the Phantom Menace? Like, I'm like, oh my God. Please don't tell me that. You can't tell me that the prequels were bad. If you don't even know, the fucking prequels were awesome. Fuck y'all.
I will say the argument, I guess, could be made that the Emperor was the Phantom Menace, or they're both the Phantom Menaces because they're both menaces in the shadows. But
the Phantom Menace that they were looking for,
the
Phantom Menace that they were looking for, because they were looking for somebody. They knew somebody was out there. They could feel it. They just didn't know what it was. But anyway,
I think they even called him a menace in the movie.
He's a menace. Anyway,
J. Jonah Jameson makes a cameo. He's a menace. Give me pictures of Spider-Man.
Give me pictures of Darth Maul. So anyway,
yeah,
in that epic scene, his master gets killed. He being Obi-Wan, his master gets killed. He sees that. Goes to work on Darth Maul, has to whoop him, kills him. But somebody nerdier than I pointed out that he changed his fight stance after his fight with Darth Maul. He had a more... so Yoda and Qui-Gon Jinn use an attack stance. I can't tell you what it is. They use a more of attack stance. But that stance really is more suited for fighting droids, fighting, people. You know what I mean? Like people who are not equipped with the Force.
Right. People who aren't, like trained in lightsaber battle.
Well, after that, Obi-Wan Kenobi changes his fighting stance into a more defensive, aggressive fighting stance. His fighting stance that he was using before was more defensive. And then his teacher was using a more aggressive style, which got him killed. Got him plugged right here, man, because you're leaving yourself open.
Rough shit.
Now, the reason that that's important and the reason that is cool or interesting is because when he goes to fight Anakin, he uses this same style. Well, not only Anakin, but he uses it to fight General Grievous, who was killing Jedi left and right, apparently. And
I guess so, yeah.
And so he uses it to not only kill Grievous, but he uses it to kill Anakin Skywalker. And he used his knowledge of the fact that he had the high ground against him because he used the same technique to kill Darth Maul that Anakin was trying to use to kill him.
Right.
And so Obi-Wan knew exactly how to defend himself from it because he just used it trying to defend his life. trying to defend everyone's life, trying to be the best Jedi he can be. That's why he's literally just distraught at the moment. He didn't even want to train Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck this little kid. I don't want to."
But he lived up to the code that he had promised.
Well, it was a dying wish of Qui-Gon.
Right.
He kind of went against the code, or
he went against his Jedi code.
Yeah,
but that's the challenge as a Jedi. He has to honor the code of his requested. That's his master. It's not just like somebody. Right, he's a Padawan. He's not a Jedi master yet. He hasn't been given that kind of priesthood or whatever the fuck. He has to do what his master tells him to do. That's in the bylaws.
For sure, but this is one of those things where it like kind of contradicts because like only say that because the Jedi Council had already said like a couple scenes before, we're not going to train this kid because he's too old. So him promising to train him is like, that's like he has a duty to do that, but also it goes against what the Jedi.
You would only be right if they didn't include a scene in which he asked permission from the Jedi Council.
Well, that's where it comes together.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm saying you would be correct in everything that you're saying, though, if that didn't happen. So therefore, he didn't go against any Jedi bylaws. So therefore, he's still in the clear. Now, when we move on further,
what what were you about to say?
I'm saying I'm gonna move on to the next point of order.
I was just curious how you felt because
this is Drunk Banthas Court of Law, by the way, y'all.
Drunk Banthas Court of Law. Next on the depot, I do want to mention, even though I can't remember her name, Obi Wan's girlfriend, because like
that's where I was going. Great segue.
Obviously, Anakin,
doing this too long together.
Obviously, we're doing too long. Anakin is we come together like lamb and tuna fish. But I
almost threw up in my mouth. That one cannot be used no more.
Who doesn't love Big Daddy?
I'll be glad when we get enough people on this show where I can put you in the penalty box like a fucking Dan Le Batard show or some shit. You just go sit over there.
Well, for that we need like 15 more people.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
One day. But yeah, like obviously there's a big thing between Anakin and Padme. People theorize that love is what corrupted his emotions, and that's what led him to the dark side. Blah 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 blah. Or maybe it's a combination of a whole bunch of things, like his mom dying and stuff like that. But what do you personally feel about Obi-Wan's relationship with his girlfriend? If you can remember it, can you remember it? I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember it. Yes, okay. She was part of Bo-Katan's family.
Right, she was a Mandalorian.
She was a Mandalorian. It's not a part of what created a darkness for him, right? Like he had a girlfriend on the slickety sly. It's never insinuated that they like fucked or anything. So
no, yeah.
I'm just saying. So he just really just liked the girl. Like it's not really like he was fucking her or something like. But let's just say he was fucking.
Satine Kryze.
Yes, Satine Kryze, which is Bo-Katan's mother.
This is her sister.
Sister. That's right. Man, so think about how old Bo-Katan have to be to make a fucking appearance in like the prequels. I mean, not the prequels, but the sequels. She'd have to be old, dog.
Have to be damn. What the fuck?
She had to be like 80 years old.
Maybe
nigga.
She's like 30 years younger than her sister. I don't know.
No. She would be. No, I'm just saying because remember where the time frame is where we are.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Luke Skywalker's a young man still. So
right.
in Mandalorian. So anyway.
But yeah, Obi-Wan's old. So yeah, I guess I'm saying like Bo-Katan's probably had to be like 25 years younger than her for it to make sense.
It wouldn't make sense. She'd have to be old. She just had to be old. Anyway, my point being is that it didn't affect him the way it allegedly affected Anakin. I don't think it affected Anakin. I think Anakin was already affected. Anakin was confused. He was being deceived. He was being ostracized by the people who were telling him that they loved him. You know what I mean? Like So, and they never really tell you that they love you either as a Jedi. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that you kind of need as a human being. You know, you kind of need to know that you're loved. And that's kind of why Ahsoka ends up being so good as a Jedi.
Yeah.
And that's kind of also why Anakin was a great Jedi as well, because Obi-Wan always tried to show Anakin love all the time. And it didn't stop Anakin from stop loving Obi-Wan. He was still able to sever his relationship with Obi-Wan, even though he loved him. So it's clear that love isn't the thing that sends you over the edge to the dark side.
Right.
It's attachment. And attachment doesn't necessarily mean love. Attachment could mean that you care too much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You're unable, which can be toxic.
Yeah, which can be toxic. Yeah,
for any of them ladies out there who got a dude who won't stop knocking on their door at 3:00 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I feel like this rule all stemmed from like 9,000 years ago. One Jedi Master got like way too into one chick. It was like,
a pot
we
of
need
wine.
to make a rule.
It was a pot of wine. It was a pot. I just wanted to make it weird. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make it weird. But so anyway, so that takes away anytime somebody tries to say negative things about him, they want to include that. Usually, so I include that to discount it. The reason that he is, and that's another reason why he is such a great Jedi. He didn't allow that to let him seep over to the dark side, and it is possibly why he allowed why Anakin was able to go over to the dark side, because he probably wasn't able to like coach him through certain things, because he felt as a hypocrite. I would be a hypocrite telling him he can't have a relationship, even though I know he has a relationship.
Right.
I shouldn't try to stop it, because, I mean, I had a relationship. That doesn't necessarily mean you can't have one, like, just because we Jedi, you know?
Right.
And he was right.
It's also babies raising babies. You know, he's a young person trying to figure shit out.
They're almost the
himself.
same age.
Yeah. It's like, so, like, it's hard to, of course, you know, Obi-Wan always had that, like, authoritative leadership aura about him, but like he's still like young, he's still figuring things out, he still has like doubts and complications with his emotional thoughts, so it's really hard to tell this kid everything, especially when he's a teenager, he's growing to his own, he's like already challenging your ideas, so it's combative relationship there, and there's a lot of moments in Clone Wars where they really tap into that relationship really, really well. But the only reason I've watched 56% of it because they also have some Jar Jar episodes in there, and it just makes me stop watching for several months. But do you have any last thoughts about Obi-Wan before we get out of here?
Obi-Wan is the greatest Jedi of all time because he also defeated all of the greatest Siths of all time. Minus the Emperor. Hold on, I sneeze. Oh.
But then again,
I'm just saying he beat Darth Vader twice. He beat Darth Vader twice. How do I say twice?
He did.
I mean, he beat Darth Vader twice.
Actually, 3 times.
What was the third time?
Well, 4 times. There's the one time when they were like sparring or whatever in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then there's the second time when they were fighting in the finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi. That show was not good, but that was still a fight. And then there's the other 2 times that were in the prequels.
I wouldn't include any of the sparring that's from that's explaining their backstory, but only because he clearly would have. No, I'm just saying he was a Jedi at that time, and also he clearly was whooping his ass all the time. Like he was never beating Obi-Wan. You know what I'm saying? And also it shows you he never beat Obi-Wan. He never actually beat Obi-Wan Kenobi. So check. He fucking beat Darth Maul twice. Check. I'm counting that as 3 because that's a cyber Darth Maul and that's fucking regular leg Darth Maul, hippity hoppity leg Darth Maul.
Yeah. Also,
he changed his fighting stance when he fought Darth Maul. In mid stance, he was like getting ready to fight him like in his regular stance.
Right.
And then he went
with the cocky stance. Yeah.
Because he wanted to lure him in so he could come on and get that work. What up? Now, I don't understand how he chopped him in half and he didn't go in half, but he just fell in his arms because he just did this.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it just looks like he just chopped his lightsaber in half. I think they should retcon that, do a Obi Wan Kenobi season 2, Old Ben. That's what it should be called.
Cuts a nigga in half. They do the whole. They do a whole show just so they can have a incredibly
not a whole show just
scene.
for that. You know, I want to see some Old Ben.
Yeah.
Look, would that not be a dope? Would that not be a dope TV series? Obi Wan Kenobi season 2. Listen, Obi Wan Kenobi season 2. Old Ben.
I mean,
no Luke. No Leia.
It sounds interesting, but then again, like, you know, it's all about who's doing it, and they Ewan was in the Obi Wan show, and that was
we agreed that it wasn't as bad as it got the reviews for, but it was not great. That was our review. I mean, you want to go fact check us? You guys can go watch it right now. That's true. I'm not saying you. I'm talking about them. Them.
Right. That is true. But like, yeah, Obi Wan. That show was what it was.
It was what it was.
It was what it was. But yeah, he's definitely one of the best Jedi of all time. Definitely one of my favorites. I really like the Luke Skywalker's kind of roller coaster ride of faith. He's kind of like a mixture of like Obi Wan and Yoda for me, where they kind of all three of them end up in the same position, where they end up this hermit, where they're burdened by guilt and shame, so they just seclude themselves. But yeah, I really like his up and down journey. He kind of has this sort of Mark Grayson type storyline where he gets his ass kicked for so many years until he finally, like in Return of the Jedi, he's like, all right, now I'm the shit. So I really appreciate all that. I really like his. I like the way he went out in The Last Jedi. It's like a super boss Jedi move that's not like super physical, but it's like a super force move. So that I really appreciated that. But guys, I'm curious what you thought.
Obi-Wan's the best.
I'm curious what you thought. Who is your favorite Jedi?
Obi-Wan's the best
all time. Is it Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
Is it Luke? Is it Yoda?
Nope.
Is it Darth Vader?
Nope.
Like, who is your favorite?
Obi-Wan's the best.
Just know, like, whatever.
Obi-Wan was right. Obi-Wan was right.
Guys, this is about that time. Thanks for watching. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Spotify, iTunes, Letterboxd, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little Padawans.
Love y'all.
And may the Force be with you.